About basics. Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode on SAP UI5 and FIORI training. In the last episode, we have discussed about basics of SAP UI5 framework. We talked about what is SAP UI5 framework and how to create our first demo program. In today's session, we will go ahead and talk about which are all the development environments we have available to be able to create our first UI5 application, because many of you are new to this world and you have no clue where to get started from. So we need to get started from a development environment. How to set up our development environment as part of our system so that we can start our programming, and what are all the prerequisites to have this development environment ready. So let us go ahead and see what are all the things which we need to do to set up our development environment and what are all the different types of development environment we have available for UI5 and FIORI development. Before I quickly start, would like to quickly tell you about our training blog. So let me open up our training blog, guys. So let me just go and open up our training blog. This is our training blog. You all must have got already the access to. In this training blog, this will be your self-service portal for complete end-to-end study. You can see our batches started yesterday, and today we are actually conducting our second session. Whenever there is a class, you will see that class in class schedule. However, you all must be getting a Google Calendar invite 30 minutes before the class starts. But in case you don't get that, you can always come to class schedule section of our training blog. You can find here the invitation. Double click on the invitation and it will directly take you to the invitation information. So just hover the mouse and then click on that. So just hover the mouse onto the invitation and you can see the meeting link to join the class. So always this meeting link will be helpful to connect to the class on daily basis. This meeting link is subjected to change. That is the reason I would request you to please follow the Google Calendar invite or this meeting link over here, because it is subjected to change. Now tomorrow maybe it is a different meeting link. So it's important that you have an access to this blog and also to my calendar invite, so you can join the regular meeting with the correct meeting link. If there is a cancellation in the class, I will notify you. Also, you can come here and check if there is a class or not. Suppose, let's say, I have cancelled a class for a particular day. So that particular class you will not find here in the calendar invite. You can see it's a weekday batch. So Monday to Friday, we regularly have all the classes scheduled already for you. Yeah. So if there is a cancellation in the class, you will not find that invite over here. The third section is session recording. In this section, you will find the recording of the classes. So today we are having our second session. So after the session, about 1.5 hours, you will see a video recording will be available for your review. So you can go back and review what we learned today once again with the videos. Yeah. So this will be uploaded and available after at least 2 to 3 hours of the class. Then coming to session presentation study material, here you will find all the study material, including all the projects which we will create, will be uploaded. Along with that, I'm also using one PPT to explain you the concepts. That PPT also I will upload here. You all can download all this study material and keep it with you, except the videos. Videos are also copyright protected. So recording on top of these videos or doing anything malicious with the video is strictly prohibited. All the links which I am explaining will be available in the useful links tab. Here you can find all the important links for your reference. So with that, let us get started and discuss about what are all the different development environments we have when it comes to SAP UI5. So what is a development environment, which we also known as IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Any programming language you start coding, you always need a development environment. For example, If you are an ABAPer, if you are coding in ABAP, your development environment is SE38 or SE80. It's your development environment. If you are a Java developer, then your development environment is Eclipse. If you are a Node.js developer, then your development environment could be something called Atom, IO, right? So every different programming technique or any programming when you started writing, you would have a particular development environment where you will put in your code. You can build your code, you can test your code, you can change your code, you can manage your code. All that is done by a development environment. When it comes to SAP UI5 and Fiori, this was one important question which many of you were asking, Anubhav, where do we develop our UI5 application? What is the tools you would need to develop? What do I do, Anubhav? I have no clue about it. Where to get started? Don't worry. We will see that how to set up our development environment in today's session. But before we move on, let's understand the prerequisite to first set up the development environment. We need a prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? The prerequisite to install or work with the development environment is our system must have installation of JDK. Okay, installation of JDK, which is nothing but Java Development Kit. This we must have. Now the question comes on about why are you teaching Java? Is there any prerequisite to learn Java as part of the course? No, guys. I will tell you the purpose of using JDK. What is the purpose of using JDK? There is a special purpose, because of that we are using JDK. There is no other thing. So JDK is used for a purpose. What is that purpose? The purpose is, let's understand the computer architecture. Let's go back to our schooling days where we used to learn computers. So a computer includes hardware, right? That's what exactly a computer is. This is a hardware, and in this hardware we have a lot of different things. The main input, main thing which you have is called a CPU, Central Processing Unit, in your hardware, which is nothing but your, like Intel P1, P2, all these are CPUs, dual core processor, quad core processor, they are CPUs. So CPU is actually the processing unit of your computer. Now, what do you think? What language this CPU understand? Can you talk to CPU in English? Does the CPU understand English language? You can type your answers into the chat window. You don't have to unmute your line for that. You can always type your answers in chat window, and I will read the chat window, guys. You can see the chat window also in your browser. In your browser where you open the meeting link, there you can see, or you have a GoToMeeting tool, you can see it over there as well. So you can always type your answers in chat window to make it more interactive. Okay. So CPU don't understand English. CPU understands something called assembly language. What is that assembly language? I remember my college days when I learned about 8084 IC, which was a CPU. So here it only understands assembly language. Something, I'll give you an example. It's like move A, B. Kuch yaad aaya? Move A, B. This is like I'm telling CPU to move the data from register inside the CPU from A register to B register. This is the kind of language a hardware or CPU understand. But we as a human, we understand English. Yeah, we as a human, we understand English. So how come this English? How come this English is converted to this assembly language? What is this process? What is the journey from here to here? Okay. So as a developer, we understand programming language. So we use IDE, which is Integrated Development Environment, code programming language. Yeah, this is what we do. So we understand programming language, we code that using IDE. And this programming language cannot be fed to CPU directly. CPU doesn't understand that. So that is why there was a concept introduced, and the concept name was operating system. Windows operating system, Mac operating system, Linux operating system. These are all operating systems, also known as kernel. What this kernel does, this kernel or this operating system has capability to understand something called binary language, 0 and 1. Okay. It can understand binary language. It can understand some special byte code according to the operating system. Every operating system has its own binary, has its own language. Like for example, Linux operating system, it uses something called shell language. Windows operating system uses something called command language, command line interface. If you remember the first operating systems, CLI, command line interface, DOS, Windows DOS. So they understand this shell or command line language. Now it is different for every operating system, but you want something, a mechanism by which now you can talk to Windows. So once again the challenge comes, your programming language Windows cannot understand, your operating system cannot understand. So, and then each operating system understand different programming. Yeah. So two challenges, your programming code operating system cannot understand. Second challenge, each operating system understand different language. Yeah. That is why you need also something in middle which is doing the conversion for you. Conversion of your current programming language and conversion to the operating system language, and that is where the concept of JDK comes into picture. JDK provides you a feature to convert your programming code, what you're writing, to the equivalent operating system code. That is why JDK is OS specific. Okay, because it is working in close with the operating system. It knows if operating system is Windows, this is what I need to convert. It knows if the operating system is MacBook, then this is what I need to convert. That is why you all need JDK installation in your system. Java development kit, it is actually doing nothing. It is a combination of Java runtime environment plus tools. That is what it is. Okay, so now it is actually converting your programming code to the corresponding operating system command line language, and that is converted by OS to the assembly language, and ultimately your hardware is storing, reading, processing your data. Hope it is clear everybody the how computer works. This is the basics of computer with respect to programming languages, and that is why we need this tool called JDK. Now the question comes, Anubhav, how can I install JDK? How much fees I have to pay for installing? It's free. It's absolutely free, guys, to install JDK. It's a product of Sun Microsystem company. Later on was acquired in 2009 by Oracle Incorporation. So now it's a product of Oracle. So now where can you install JDK? It's very easy. I will also post the link, so I can say JDK install. Now remember guys, you all have to install 1.8, JDK 1.8. And first thing, majority of you already has JDK in your system. You don't know. Yeah, you don't even know that you have that power of JDK in your system already, because majority of the tools which we use in development, they all use JDK. Okay, so it already you may have JDK in your system. So first, how to check which JDK I have in my system? How can I check it? It's very easy. If you are using Windows like I am using, you can go to command prompt. Just go to run cmd, and here in the cmd just type java -version. Enter. You will find the version of JDK you are currently using. You are using 1.8.0_60. Now guys, one important point here, please note, please note, please note, please note, please note that you will be working with only 1.8. 1.9 and 1.10 your web IDE will not work. So make sure that you are on JDK 1.8, not above than that. You can go back to your Windows programs and you can actually remove the JDK which is latest and install JDK 1.8. Please note, it's very, very important. You must be on JDK. The command is java -version. Second important thing is to please make sure that you are on JDK 1.8. It could be subversion, could be anything. It should be JDK 1.8. Okay, this is how you can check and find out. If you are above than that, please delete. From your uninstalled program, you can find JDK and you can uninstall JDK and install 1.8 again. So what you can do is now you can go to JDK 1.8. You can say directly Google gives me the result. Guys, getting into the habit of self-learning and Googling. This is also an important lesson I want to give so that you will understand how to explore things up. This is what our intention will be. Learn how to learn. That is also very important we learn in this course. Now coming back, just say accept license agreement. I'll also give this link to all of you. You can see it is showing, which means it's JDK 1.8. So now this is the link to download and install JDK 1.8. So there is no Java knowledge required for this course. Don't worry. I am also like you. I am not a Java expert. I am also an ABAPer. If I can do, you can easily do it. So now JDK 1.8, this is a prerequisite I am saying. Now you can see here different operating systems. See? Now the second thing comes above, which operating system I should choose. Of course, if you are in Windows, you got to choose Windows. Now again, Windows is available in two flavors. One is 32-bit operating system and one is 64-bit operating system. How can I check, Anubhav, which is the operating system I am having, which version of OS I am having? It's very easy. Go to Start and search for my PC. Right click on my PC. Go to Properties of my PC. And now you can see it here, guys. The system type. You can see it, system type. What is the bit size for my OS? It is 64-bit operating system. This is where you can check, which means which JDK I need to download and install. Anyone? Which JDK I need to download and install? Anybody? Which JDK I need to download and install? You can answer always in chat window. Which JDK I need to download and install? Which JDK? 64-bit in that case. Perfect answer, Pawan. You got to download and install 64-bit JDK. Let's come back and you can see it here, Windows x64. This is what I'll click on. It will start downloading the JDK for me. And once it downloads, I'm canceling this. I already have it because of that. So after it download, double click on the file, say next, installation is complete. And then come back to command prompt and type java-version. Make sure it is 1.8 only. Should not be above than that. I am again repeating, if you not follow these steps exactly, you will have issues running your web IDE. Okay, you will have issues running your web IDE in your local system. Okay, that is one important thing. So now that's first part. So prerequisite is done. Now moving on to what are all the development options we have. Options to develop SAP UI5 app. What are all the options we have? IDE. There are multiple options. So there are mainly three options today in the market to develop SAP UI5 applications. So let me just say SAP UI5 application IDE. So there are three options. First option is using Eclipse. Now many people have a myth that Eclipse is Java. No, Eclipse is just a development environment. It is not Java, guys. Eclipse, yes, it is popularly used to build Java applications, but it is not Java. It is a development environment. You need to have these doubts clear in this training. This is very simple to understand. It's just a development environment. It is not Java. It is Eclipse can be used to develop Android application, Java application, web applications. Yeah. Any type, different Spring application, different variety of applications you can use, even UI5 application, even HANA based applications. So Eclipse is a development environment. It is not Java. So Eclipse you can use. The second option which we have, and the most preferred option is using SAP Web IDE. Okay, SAP Web IDE. Now SAP Web IDE again is available in two more flavors. I will come to that. And the third option we have, which is also getting slowly popular in the market, it's called Neptune software. Okay, Napkin software. These are all the three options we have to build or create our SAP UI5 application. Okay, Eclipse, Web IDE, and next one is Neptune software. The Neptune software, however, is out of scope for us. We will not discuss anything about it because it is actually a third party company. Anytime they can shut down and then we have no clue what to do. So we cannot rely on something which is the future is not sure about. Okay. Yes, some companies started using it, but we are not going into that game. Okay, because there are disadvantages and limitations with this, so we are not going into it. It's a third party company, not provided by SAP. Now coming here, Eclipse is provided by Eclipse Foundation. It is free of cost. Web IDE is again available in two more flavors. This is a tool which SAP provides, so I think it's better to use a tool which SAP itself providing it, right? Now Web IDE is available in two flavors. One is Web IDE for personal edition. This is used for local installation. In your local computer, it runs without internet connectivity. You can run it in local computer. You don't need an internet connectivity for this. That's the beauty that we have. You are traveling, you are in a train, bus, you are sitting in a cab, you are sitting stuck in the traffic. You can open your laptop and start your development. That's what you can do. It is for local installation. No internet connectivity is required. It's a local installation in your computer. But yes, development in the installation effort is there, one-time effort, and then you can use. The second option is from directly SAP Cloud Platform. You can use SAP Web IDE from SAP Cloud Platform. Here, every time you need internet connectivity, it's mandatory to have internet connectivity, and it is actually available development as a service. So you don't have to install anything, no installation, but you need internet connectivity all the time. It's like Gmail. You open Gmail, write an email and send it. It's like that. So these are all two options you have. The second option is again available in two more modes. One is SAP Web IDE SCP trial subscription, and another is SAP Web IDE productive subscription, SCP productive subscription. Productive subscription, however, is a cost. It's a cost. It's paid. It's not free. And trial one, it's free. You all can use trial one in cloud. So choice is yours, guys. I am giving all the options for you. I'm explaining you. I will explain you all the options, how to set up them, how to use them, from where to use them. So choice is yours. You can decide whether you want to always have internet connectivity, you want to work with local system, you don't want to work with local system, you want to always use the SAP Cloud Platform, or all these things. It's your choice. You can decide. According to me, the best option for our training is this one. According to me, this is the best option, and this is what also I will be using in our training, because I like to work locally. I like to keep my project local. I like to keep everything in my local PC. So whenever I don't have internet connectivity, still I can work. Okay. So this is the option, preferred option. I will be going ahead with this training. Eclipse is again free. You can use Eclipse to be able to work. But yet, guys, Eclipse is not now going out of market for UI5 development, because Web IDE is the preferred tool in the market. All the companies are moving to Web IDE. Okay. Now Web IDE, again, there are two flavors for Web IDE. One is Web IDE normal. Another is Web IDE full stack. Okay. Web IDE full stack. There are these two options. Now some people saying Web IDE is going out of market. No, guys. Web IDE is not going out of market. There is a successor of Web IDE called Web IDE full stack, which is coming in, which is absolutely like Web IDE. Okay. Which is absolutely like Web IDE. So there is a successor of it called Web IDE full stack. What is the difference? The difference is not much. There are new features added to this. It is also supporting HANA based development, also supporting Node.js based development, also supporting a lot of new features like Node.js based builds, Node.js based grunt based builds. Yeah. It is supporting some console outputs. It's supporting multiple workspace concept. It's supporting migration tool. So a lot of new things it is supporting. If you might have heard about ABAP on cloud, soon it will also start supporting ABAP programs into the cloud. So These are all the things this WebID new tool is supporting. This is actually absolute same development, same way. So you can choose this any one of these options. So it's just a successor. Don't panic. I'll show you how to use WebID full stack only in the SAP Cloud trial account. So don't worry about that. So let's go to the system now and see how can we set up these development environments for our development. The first comes is Eclipse. So again, not so preferred option, but yet some people force me in the demo session and ask me, Anubhav, will you show Eclipse installation? Will you show? Because in my company, they are forcing me to use Eclipse. By the end of couple of sessions, you will start understanding the power of WebIDE, because Eclipse you cannot do that. You don't have that flexibility to use features which are very specific to UI5. Yeah. So that's why you will yourself realize you'll start using WebID yourself by end of 2-3 more sessions. So coming back, Eclipse, how to install this? Very easy. The latest version of Eclipse is, I think, Eclipse Planet. Let me just go and check. So Eclipse installation, just simple Google, it will get you the link. You can go to Eclipse, and now again you can see instructions also. Everything is there actually. And the latest version of Eclipse which is available in the market is, let me go and check. You can go to eclipse.org/downloads and SimRel. Yeah, this is the latest Eclipse which is having. Okay, but we don't want to use that, so I'm going to go to another set of download options. IDE and tools, and you see this is Eclipse development IDE platforms, list of products. Okay, different products here, and we can choose out of different Eclipses. Actually, it's listing up all the products. I can search for Eclipse Oxygen. Okay, not showing here actually. Where can I find that? So let me directly search Eclipse download Oxygen. Yes, here we have Eclipse packages, you can see. So the latest release of Eclipse is SimRel. This is the latest release of Eclipse. I want to go to other options. I want to go to other Eclipse. So now you see guys here other packages. You see 2018-09, 2018-12. Photon is the latest one. You can go with Photon, you can go with Oxygen. I have used Oxygen Eclipse for my system, which is working absolutely fine, very stable. So you guys can also go with this one. Yeah. So now I can go to the maybe any one of the package, and now here you can see Eclipse Oxygen. Okay, it's not showing up. Let me go check. I just directly want to search Eclipse Oxygen installer. They've changed the website a little bit. It's always showing right side, this one. 2018-09 Eclipse installer. Download Eclipse Oxygen. Yeah, it's called M2. Yeah, this is the one, Eclipse Oxygen M2 packages. So this is the link I'll give you. You can download it from here. So step 1, download Eclipse Oxygen from Eclipse website. This is one option. So first step, click here to download. I can directly create a link for you guys. Yeah, so let me do that. So I can go directly there, and this is the link. You can click here in the PPT. After the session is done, you can download this PPT and check it out. You can download directly from here. And now the one which you have to download is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. Again, Windows operating system 64-bit or 32-bit based on your choice. You can download and extract the file. Now guys, one very important step before you start anything, download and install WinRAR. This is very important step. You all must do download and install WinRAR in your system. Very, very important. Without this, don't proceed with anything. Okay? Don't proceed with anything. So maybe I'll give you the direct link. So I'll give you this link. You have to download and install WinRAR. This is a tool to be able to extract the files. The direct links I'm giving you, you can all try that up. Based on your OS, download and install WinRAR, and then download the Eclipse from website. Extract the files of Eclipse, maybe your C drive, Eclipse folder. Create a C drive Eclipse folder. In that folder, you extract your Eclipse file. Once you are done with the extraction, you are gonna see an eclipse.exe file. Let me show you how can I find that in my system. I have already done that activity. I've downloaded Eclipse. I've extracted the Eclipse as part of my system, and then I have seen my Eclipse file has been created. Let me just go and open that up. So once you download and do that, you're gonna see, you can see in my system I've done it in D drive, some folder, and you see this eclipse.exe. Double click on this eclipse.exe, your Eclipse will start. So you can see mine is neon. I think I had oxygen also. Let me just check Eclipse oxygen, but I don't see it installed it here actually. So let me go to programs, Eclipse. Yes, here I have Eclipse oxygen also installed. So I can double click and open this up. Actually, they all look same. And now just it'll first time when you're starting Eclipse, it'll ask you workspace, guys. What is a workspace in Eclipse? A workspace in Eclipse is your computer folder where Eclipse will keep all your files. Okay, that's what it'll do. Let's go back. Do some folder name, maybe C drive or D drive. You want to better keep it in D drive. If you have D drive in your computer, keep it in D drive. If you don't have D drive, keep it in C drive, no problem. I'm keeping it in D drive. I can say demo Eclipse or demo October, and I can say okay. If the folder is not there, system will automatically create a folder in your computer. So I go to D drive, and you will see now a demo October folder is created automatically. Here Eclipse is keeping all the project files for you. Okay, so now it is starting up, it's booting up the Eclipse, and now once it is done, you guys have to install SAP UI5 development toolkit as part of Eclipse. Okay, that is the next step. Again, I'm repeating, guys, Eclipse, usage of Eclipse is optional. I would not recommend you to use Eclipse. I would not recommend you to use Eclipse. Please use SAP Web IDE. Ignore Eclipse. Still, if you force, I want Eclipse only, you can do that. I would recommend not to use Eclipse for UI5 development. Coming next step, once that is done, give a workspace name. Some D drive, some folder. If you don't have D drive, keep it C drive, of course. This is basic. So some folder, and then launch the Eclipse. When you launch the Eclipse, immediately after that, now we have to install, we have to equip our Eclipse to be able to allow the UI development, UI5 development. For that, we need to install the UI5 development toolkit. It is an SAP product. Where do you install it from? So based on your version of Eclipse, the URL will be http tools.ana.ondemand.com / your Eclipse version. I'm using Eclipse Oxygen. I can use Oxygen. Here everybody, this is the link. If you're using Eclipse Neon, you got to use Neon. If you're using Photon, you should put /Photon. So just use that URL. And now coming back to the Eclipse, you can see Eclipse is launched. And now I'm going to say window. Sorry, I'm going to say help. Install new software. And now just paste my URL over here. You see I paste my URL. It goes and fetches all the information from that website provided by SAP to install UI5 development tools. You can see UI5 development toolkit for HTML5. Expand that up. You see there are two tools here. Just select this up, the top one, say next. It will ask you some license agreement. Don't select everything. Just select SAP UI5 development tool for HTML5. That's enough, guys, to get started. Okay. Just say next. And now it is fetching all the information about this development tool for Eclipse. You just have to accept the license agreement. It's free. You can just say next, next, next. I agree and just say finish. It will take some time to complete the installation. And once it is done, Eclipse will restart automatically. So after that, Eclipse restarts and then you will be ready to start your first UI5 program as part of it. So the next, accept license agreement and say finish. The installation will start. Once the installation is complete, Eclipse will restart. Then you come back to Eclipse and just go to this Project Explorer section. Right click. You can right click and say new project. Okay. And this window comes up. Search for UI5 and you can see application project here, guys. This is the way you can create your first UI5 project. This option will only come when you have this development tool for UI5 installed as part of your Eclipse. If the tools are not installed, this option will not come in projects only. I hope it is clear with everybody. That is about the installation of Eclipse. We'll not get into right now development. We are just looking at installation, setting up our system properly. So that's first step done. What about now Web ID, the most preferred option? Personal edition. This is the most preferred option we have. SAP Web IDE Personal Edition. This is what we will be using throughout our current course, guys. Okay. This is what we will be using throughout our current course. So let us see what options do we have. For this, we have to go to http tools.hana.ondemand.com. Just go to this website, copy that, and just go back, go there. This one you need to do very carefully, guys. Be very careful. I'm telling you exactly same step you got to do. If you are missing out these steps, you will have issues. Okay. Now coming back, and then you will see an option called SAP UI5. Go there. Okay. Go to SAP UI5 options. Now within this SAP UI5 options on tools.hana.ondemand.com for SAP UI5, you will find here SAP Web ID Personal Edition installation. Just go in there. Now based on your operating system, whether Windows 32-bit, 64-bit or Mac OS, you got to download SAP Web ID Personal Edition, which is trial version. This is for a single developer use, non-productive scenarios. Without any internet connectivity, you can use it in your local system. I have downloaded that 64-bit already in my system. So click on download link, accept the license agreement, and this would now download SAP Web ID Personal Edition in your local system. Clear, everyone? This is step number 1 to be able to set up SAP Web IDE in your local system. This is step number 1. Once this file is downloaded, be careful now. Step number 2 is very important. Many of you will miss out this step and it will not work actually. It's step number 2. What you got to do? Copy the downloaded file. Okay. You got to copy the downloaded Web IDE file and paste it into the C drive my Web IDE folder. Okay, that's where you have to paste. Make sure that you create a new folder, C drive my Web IDE, and just simply copy paste your current file into it. It's recommended to use D drive, but many of you don't have D drive. That's why I'm saying C drive. If you have D drive, do all these things in D drive. Okay. So in case if your window gets corrupted, nothing happens, nothing wrong happens to your things. So now C drive in my web ID folder, just go and create a new folder there. In C drive, my web ID folder, copy paste that file. Now right click on that file. I'm doing spoon feeding, guys, just like school children, we do spoon feeding. I'm doing that. Don't mistake here with these steps. If you're mistaking these steps, your web ID will not work. Okay, right click on file, downloaded zip file, and choose extract here option. This option will only come when you have WinRAR in your system. So going back, let me show you. I can go to now my system, and I have it in my D drive. You can see in my D drive, I have my web ID folder. Inside that Eclipse folder, inside that, okay, sorry. Inside here we had that zip file. I have deleted that zip file actually right now. So I had that zip file, and that zip file I have right clicked. Okay, I have right clicked and I choose extract here option. So you'll see, maybe let me see some other zip files. So like this, let's say this is the zip file got downloaded. You go to your D drive, my web ID folder. Here you have that file maybe, yeah. So right click on that file and choose extract here option, guys. This is the option you will get only when you have WinRAR installed in your system. Just choose that option, and then installation or the extraction will start. It will take a little bit of time. Eclipse folder will get created. Okay, an Eclipse folder gets created. Just go inside Eclipse folder, and now here you will see orient.exe. Okay, you will see an orient.exe. So now as a result of that, you will see an Eclipse folder. Inside that, you will find an orient.exe file. Right click on the file and choose, let's go back, one single activity also you have to perform. Right click on the file. Don't run it right now. Go to properties and go to compatibility and choose run this program as administrator. Okay, right click, go to properties and choose compatibility open as a box. Run this program as administrator. Here everybody, this is next step you got to do. Now come back and double click on orient.exe. It will give you a pop-up. Say yes to the pop-up. Okay, so double click on orient.exe and say yes to pop-up. Now you will see, guys, a command prompt will start like this. And here it is launching your web IDE. See, it is launching my web IDE. See, guys, it's launching it up. And you will see at the end OSGI. Agar ye aa gaya, if you see able to see OSGI, your web IDE is ready and it is successfully installed. Are you all clear with the steps, guys? If you see, run that command prompt. In that command prompt, agar OSGI aa gaya last mein, okay, your web ID is ready. Now you can go to browser. Remember, do not close. Okay. Again, I'm saying do not close. 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 Do not close this window. Do not close Orient.exe. Do not close Orient.exe. Many people, they will close this and then they say, Anubhav, my web ID is not running. Do not close Orient.exe window. Don't do that. The moment you close, your server will stop. Okay. Now you can go to the browser and use HTTP localhost colon 8080 slash webide slash index.html. This is the URL with which webide will start. Copy that. Come back to my browser. Going on top, press enter. Sorry, I closed the browser. I'm so sorry. Let me open the browser again. Use Chrome browser, guys. Chrome browser is the most recommended browser. We will be using Chrome during our training. Okay. There you go. You see the logon page for WebID. Zero internet connectivity required to work with WebID in this case. Zero internet connectivity. So now here you can create a new account. Give some username. I can say Anubhav2. Click on sign up. It is the local account it is creating, guys. Don't panic. It's not a server account. It's a local account. So Anubhav2 I have given. I clicked on sign up button. System will sign you up and create a new user for you. Okay. Just do that. Once you are done, come back to this dot button for login and give your username which you created and the password you created. Don't ask me your password. If you forget your password, I don't have a way to recover that. Many times you enter a password and then you come back to me, Anubhav, my password is not working in Orion EXE. What to do? Sorry, I cannot help you. Your password I cannot recover. You need to write down your password somewhere in notebook yourself to do that. Okay, I cannot recover your password and username for WebID Personal Edition. You got to remember it yourself. Click on sign in button. It will launch SAP WebID for you. See guys, that's the beauty of it. You see, it's launching SAP WebID Personal Edition on your local laptop. That is the step which we have to do. That is the beauty. You can see it is launching SAP WebID Personal Edition. This is how you set up WebID to local system. This has installation, one-time installation effort, but you can work without internet connectivity. This is the greatest advantage it gives. Because many times I'm sitting in a cab, I'm sitting in a bus, I'm sitting in train, I'm traveling, I'm on airport, and there I don't have connectivity, let's say, or due to some network issue, I don't have connectivity. I can still work with my UI5 projects. That's the beauty of WebID Personal Edition. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, guys. That's why we are using it. Third option, which is the WebID full stack, also called WebID in SAP Cloud Platform. So the third option which we have is, in that case, you will use WebID from SAP Cloud Platform. In this case, you have zero installation, no installation effort. Some people in their company, they don't have any installation rights. Many of you will come back and say, Anubhav, in my company, they are not allowing to install it. What to do, Anubhav? In that case, you have only option left is go with SAP Cloud Platform, zero installation to local computer, but you need to have 24/7 internet connectivity to work with it. It won't run without internet connectivity. Okay, which I will not prefer. Just in case, I will not prefer because I want to work with my own convenience. Here it doesn't give me convenience. It needs internet connectivity all the time. Yeah. So choice is yours. I'm giving all the options. For this, go to http cloudplatform.sap.com. Register for free. Log into Cloud Platform. Cockpit. Choose Neo as platform. Then go to services. Search for WebIDE service. Launch WebIDE full stack service by choosing option, go to service. See guys, this is called spoon feeding. I'm spoon feeding everything step by step. If you exactly follow, I am 99% sure that you will not have any issues setting up your development environment. 99% sure. Let us go back and use this website cloudplatform.sap.com. Let's go for that. Cloud platform. Sometimes guys, the local web ID is stuck like this. Don't do anything, just refresh. Just refresh. No problem. It will load. Okay. Sometimes still it doesn't load. You can restart your Orion server. This Orion server, what you see, you can close this and you can double click once again. You can restart. So let me just restart my Orion server. So I delete it. I just closed it. And now it will not give any response. It will give like nothing. Yeah. So now I'll go to my D drive, my web ID folder, and I just double click on Orion exe again, and I'll say please install my, or please run my web ID again. Installation is a one-time effort, but after that you can enjoy the benefits of web IDE. Just go in, connect in, it will load the web ID personal edition. In the meantime, let's come back. So here you can register for free trial. You can see start your free trial. Just go in there. Just like registering for a new email account on internet. I am sure you all are developers. You are not freshers of computer. You all can do that in registration for free. So here you can enter your details. Yeah. For registering for a free trial account, you can see your email address, name, and all these details you can give. After that, it will register you, and then you can simply go to login. And I'll log in with my username, password. Click on log on button. It is connecting. You can see it's connecting to my cloud platform cockpit. And now choose Neo Trial as an option. Don't choose Cloud Foundry. Choose Neo Trial. So you don't have to learn cloud principles here. You don't have to learn SAP Cloud Platform here. We are just using Web ID as a service. Now go to Services tab. And now here choose for Web ID. Search for Web. You will find two options. Go to Web ID full stack. Sometimes it is not enabled. You got to enable it. Here the enable button will come. Click on that enable button till enable it. Okay. And now you say go to service. It will start Web ID full stack in SAP Cloud Platform. Okay. That is what it does. It is absolutely same window. If you compare both the windows, our local Web IDE and that Web IDE, you will find no difference. They are absolutely same. Development environment don't have this feel. SAP disrupted everything for you. No. You can come back. Let's compare. You can see both absolutely same. Both looks absolute same. See, on the left side you see, and on the right side you see the one which is there in cloud. Absolutely same. Just the look and feel is different, but the way you work with them is absolutely same. You can observe the Web ID full stack, however, has little more extra options. So it has extra options. You see here there are two more extra options. Yeah, it has little extra options. These two options you have here, you don't have in local Web ID, which is okay, which is fine. Yeah. Now, if you want to understand these extra options, you have to subscribe my advanced FIORI training. Right now, we are not interested in those extra things. We are interested in basic development. Our foundation should be ready first. Okay. So my advanced FIORI course is all running on Web ID full stack. Here I'm explaining these features of storyboard, features of multiple workspaces, migrating your old project, console, Grunt.js based, best practice build, Q unit testing, OPA 5 testing. All these things I'm explaining in my advanced course. Right now, very, very advanced for you. We will not get into that game at this point of time. Guys, one quick example for all of you. One quick example. When you go to a doctor, you say, hey doctor, I am having little bit of stomach disturbance. Yeah. What will doctor do? Will doctor, on the first investigation, will doctor give you heavy dose of antibiotic? Anybody? Do you think will doctor give you heavy dose of antibiotic on the first investigation itself? On the first screening, will doctor give you heavy dose of antibiotic? No, doctor won't give. Doctor will ask for some tests, plus some small dose of medicine. Just to keep up until the test result, you take this dawai, you can eat and you can relax. You can feel relaxed and let me know after 2 days. By the time you come back with test results. अगर सही होता है तो मत आना, नहीं हो तो आ जाना. Right? What if doctor gives you heavy dose of antibiotic? Anybody? What if doctor gives you heavy dose of antibiotic? What will happen? Your body will start reacting to it. And some of your body will cause side effects. Right? Your body, you will die. Some people die with heavy dose of antibiotic. You might have seen newses where people say, he went to this doctor, doctor gave this kind of medicine, the person died. Same thing apply here. Your maturity level is not big right now. All of your maturity level is very beginner. You are all beginners and I'm your doctor. If I give you heavy dose of antibiotic in first session, you will die. You will not come for the next class. Believe me, that is why you are unable to learn till date. You hear a lot of things around you, lot of noise around you, people telling web ID, full stack, this, that, but you don't know. Your foundation is so weak and you are taking heavy dose of antibiotic which is causing side effects on your body today. Today you come to the right doctor. I will investigate you. I will take all of your knowledge level to very big level. I will make your body immune so you can survive with that heavy dose of antibiotic. So remember, many things, many questions you guys may ask me, but I may not give immediate answer. I may not give immediate reply because it will be heavy dose of antibiotic. You will die. I don't want you to die. I want to give controlled dose every day so that your body builds the immunity to fight against the disease called no knowledge. This is even more disastrous and dangerous. Hearing from other people and coming and talking on that, it is disastrous for you. It is disastrous. If you hearing something from someone and coming and talking with on that basis, which has no ground, immediately the person in front of you is experienced will get to know that you don't know anything about that technology. Okay, so remember, it's very important to understand the fundamentals and basics. Many people might have told you web ID is going, web ID full stack is coming. They did not tell you that web ID full stack is just a successor of web IDE. It is just a successor. It doesn't mean it is the web ID is going, doesn't mean it is completely different. You can see the options on top. You see collapse, expand, link, you see these options. They're absolutely same. Web ID full stack is a successor of Web IDE. It has no problem. If you learn Web IDE, Web IDE full stack is absolutely same. The way you create project here, you can create project here. So you guys can also work with Web ID full stack, no problem. I will teach you in Web ID personal edition because I like this comfort level of working with Web IDE because it is all local projects and it's easy for me to work with local projects without internet connectivity while I'm traveling. Similarly, you can practice complete set of things in Web ID full stack. It's your choice. Okay. You can decide which one you like. If you have full internet connectivity 24/7, you don't want to work during cab, during your travel, during airport. You don't want to look at your code. You want to keep the code in the cloud. You want to do work with internet. Sometimes if the cloud infrastructure is down, you will not be able to work with your project if you are in Web ID full stack. But if you are with Web ID local edition, you can work 24/7 without internet, without any infrastructure issues being affecting you. You can choose which you like. I like Web ID personal edition. Okay. With that, it's a wrap on today's class. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Exercise for the first session. Please set up your Web ID personal edition. This is your exercise for today's session. Please set up your Web IDE personal edition. If you do not have rights in your laptop, in your company laptop to do anything, it's okay. Then you go and connect to SAP Cloud Platform, register there and access Web IDE full stack. No installation required for that. It's a development as a service. Now, it's an opportunity for all of you to ask your questions. If you have anything, you can unmute your line, talk to me, and ask questions live. Please go ahead and ask your questions live into the session. I am done with today's class. Yes, Umair, you have any question? You unmuted your line, Umair.
Yeah, actually, I have wondered. For this, we have to that install only that we can install only web ID, right?
Yes, just
That
go with
no
web
need to
ID.
install the Eclipse, right?
No need to install Eclipse. No need to install Eclipse. I told this option because some people in the demo class, they asked me, Anubhav, will you teach Eclipse installation? That is why I taught this, because my idea is to keep everybody, sabka saath, sabka vikas. It is that formula actually.
Okay.
Because I want to take everybody together. Because I don't want to leave. See guys, a good teacher is a teacher who teaches in a way that he say 2 words or 2 sentences so that a weak student can understand. Similarly, another, he can say 2 more advanced heavy dose of antibiotics, so a student who is good already in subject can also understand. That is a good teacher. My idea, I don't care which background you come from, how much knowledge you have. My idea of this training is to keep every one of you on same level. I treat each one of you equally. No extra treatment, no extra classes for a certain student, same classes, same batch, same number of students, same treating for everybody, so that you all will grow together with the same knowledge base. Okay. In that sense, I have to also guide you, those who are struggling with your project, with things which are in your project, you are using Eclipse. So I have to guide you how to set up Eclipse also. Choice is yours. If you are fresh, if you're a beginner, you have no clue, start with WebID Personal Edition. You don't need Eclipse. You don't need WebID Full Stack from SAP Cloud Platform. You can decide which option you like.
Okay. Hi, Anubhav. Hi, Anubhav. Yeah,
please.
Can you tell me how can I install JDK again? I missed it out.
Okay, just click on the link. Download the JDK. Double click on it. Done.
And also, I mean, I need to check it, right?
Okay, checking. You go to run. Do window R. Okay. Do the command prompt and say Java space version. Enter.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fine, thank you.
I have put all the instructions in PPT. This PPT is immediately available after the class, immediately in our training blog. You can download it immediately. Let me upload it at front of you only to our training blog. So let me go to our training blog. And I'm uploading this PPT immediately, guys, for you. You all can download this PPT and work with this PPT. So our training blog is a single source of truth for every study material which I will be sharing with you. Everything which I will share with you. Please mute your line if you don't have any questions. There's a lot of noise. So here you will find and download our training PPT.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, I am Hemendra here.
Yes, Hemendra.
Remember, in the overview session yesterday, you have given that, that object-oriented concept for classes video, right?
Yes, complimentary UPSABAP videos. I will publish those videos for complimentary UPSABAP in our training blog during session recording. You will see it in some 1 or 2 days. I will upload them here. You can watch them directly from our training.
All right, video, and there was one PPT also which is specific to object oriented, which is like FundaFox in your terminology.
Yes, I will do that. So yesterday's PPT I uploaded. Now you see this was a demo session. We had FundaFox here that we created. You see this one. So this I have already uploaded. You can download now from our training blog. It's available for you. You can go to session presentation and you will see here it is available. You all can download and keep it. Okay, see, a minute ago I have uploaded. So this is our single
on the same
for all the files which I showed.
Okay. Yeah, and this is the UI5 which we started on the object oriented. We had one PPT in the last batch. I I saw that there was a PPT for that, but I could not see in any of the session presentation anywhere.
I will upload it here also. Once I upload those videos, so I'll upload those videos latest by Friday or Saturday here in this blog.
No, that's fine.
And then the PPT also I'll upload here. Oops about PPT. Okay.
Yeah. That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all.
Okay, Deepak. Please go ahead, Deepak. Deepak, any question from you, Deepak? I cannot hear you, Deepak. Some problem maybe with his line. Okay, no problem then. That's the end of today's session. The session recording of today's class will also be available in our training blog here. You all can go and review this video which I taught you today. Same video will be available. You can watch it also in session recording after 3 hours. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, see you tomorrow at the same time. Have a nice day. Goodbye, guys.